represent the darker side, darker side, darker side, side. That's where I reside, side. Yo, I represent the darker.
Hey yo, what up, squad? Welcome back to Hood Rock Entertainment, bro. You know what's good, man. Click up, squad up, tap in, whatever you want to call it. Just hit that subscribe button. And yo, man, we're going to be learning a little bit about the Gurkhas today, bro. um, so yeah, I did a little history thing on Nepal last night, bro. Go check that video out too, man. I learned a hell of a lot about Nepal's culture, um, and just a bit of geography stuff. So yo, there's been a few comments about the Gurkha, bro, about me doing a reaction on the history of the Gurkha. Now, the Gurkhas, I found a few videos, but they were like an hour long. So those are things that I might just watch myself, kick back, you know what I mean, smoke a little something too, and and watch that myself. But I did find this video here, bro. 10 surprising facts about the Gurkhas. Now, this will be interesting, bro. Um, Look, and for those that are new to the channel, I'm not in the army. I've got nothing to do with the military or any government service agency or anything like that, bro. I react to music and sports, and I react to any other videos that you want to send in, bro. But I thought I'd react to the Gurkhas because of the history they have and because of them being from Nepal. And you know what I mean, and how I've been trying to learn about the Nepali history. But yo, man, if there's any other cultures and any other videos on some cultures or any videos you want me to do on geography or religion or comedy or anything, bro, you send them in to me, man. You drop them in the comment section, or you can hit me in my DMs over on Instagram. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. I'll leave a link to this in the description box below too. And yo, hang on a minute. Just 1 second. We've got a shout out to FTD Facts, who created the video. Yeah, man, this is gonna be cool. Like, I know a little bit about the Gurkhas. As being from New Zealand, our own military, our own army is a part of the British Royal Army, and they fought alongside the Gurkhas as well in World War II and stuff like that. So I do know. I've heard of them. I don't know anything about the history of the Gurkha. All I know is that they're fierce fighters. So yeah, man, that's about it. So we're gonna get into this, bro. Don't forget to like the video, tap the notification bell so you get the drop every time that I tap in. Yo, man, I'm really looking forward to this. So let's get into this. We ain't gonna play around anymore. Hood Rock Entertainment's where it's at. Let's go.
Way from the mountainous regions of Nepal. Coming all the way from the mountainous regions of Nepal, the Gurkhas were
Shout out
first
my
really
Nepalis,
noticed
man.
by
Much
the
love,
world
bro.
when they were invaded over 200 years ago. This invasion was carried the world when they were invaded over 200 years ago. This invasion was carried out by the British East India Company. And since then, the Gurkhas have really developed a reputation for being absolutely fearless and exceptionally powerful. Let's take an inside look at who the Gurkhas really are and why they have this reputation in the first place. Hey guys, my name is Leroy Kenton.
Yo, you know what I love about that? Is that my people were the same, bro. Do a little YouTube search on the Maori people, Maori, Maori. Maori people of New Zealand, the indigenous people of New Zealand. We were the same. So we fought. We invented trench warfare. The Kiwis did. The indigenous Maori, and they were the ones that we used trench warfare against the British when they invaded our country as well. And that's where the British learned to use trench warfare. But yeah, we fought so hard, and we fought for, we were so fierce. We were tribal people, bro. We were tribal warriors who were raised kind of like the Spartan way, bro. Like the Spartans from the age of, I think it was like six or so. We were taught to carry weapons, and we were taught to fight, and stuff like that, bro. Being a warrior race, and when the British couldn't defeat us, we signed an agreement with them where they would govern our country alongside us. You know what I mean? So, yo, man, this is fire.
Welcome to
This
another
is good.
episode of FTD Facts. This is a channel where we just love to share facts and information about the different countries,
Cool.
cultures, and people from all around the world.
That's what I'm here
for.
for.
In this episode, you know, we're talking about the Gurkhas because not too long ago I did a video about the military power of Nepal, and I asked you if you wanted to see a video specifically dedicated to a video about the Gurkhas, and a lot of you are like, oh my god, yes. So here's the video. Now, before we dive into everything, this episode of FTD Facts is brought to you by Vikings War of Clans. Vikings War of Clans is a browser game that a lot of you enjoyed playing before, so I'm really excited to feature them again. Vikings War of Clans is a game that Dave and we've played and we love it. The controls are easy to learn, the graphics are amazing, the whole gameplay experience it's pretty simple to get into. Not to mention, it has a massive social aspect where you can connect with millions of players from different countries all around the world. And with that said, there's an interesting fact about
Call of
that
Duty.
Because there's more people playing Vikings right now than the total number of Vikings that ever lived on planet
UFC.
Earth. And the greatest thing about this game is that it's completely free to play. So I have a link down below in the video description where you can start playing right now. And just as an added bonus, you'll get 200 extra gold coins to kickstart your adventure. For an awesome gaming experience, I highly recommend Vikings War of Clans. All right, guys, so let's just jump right into the facts and everything.
That's you, man,
and the first
go
thing
check
I want
it out,
to
bro.
look at
If you're
is
into
the
that.
meaning of the term Gurkha and where it all came from. So
Cool.
historically, the terms Gurkha or Gurkhali were really synonymous with Nepali, which originates from the hill principality.
I heard that we're all pronouncing it wrong when we say Gurkha. You know what I mean? I heard it's Gurkha, like Gurkha, or something like that. Like you can hear the O more than you can hear a U. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just what I've heard anyway.
Gurkha kingdom. And this is a kingdom from which Nepal expanded. Now, when we look at the name Gurkha, the name can be traced from which Nepal expanded. Now, it's synonymous with Nepali, which originates from the hill principality Gurkha kingdom. And this is a kingdom from which Nepal expanded. Now, when we look at the name Gurkha, the name can be traced to the medieval Hindu warrior Saint Guru Goraknath, and the word itself comes from Goraksha. And when you break it down in the Nepalese language, the word Raksha becomes Rakha. And so this longer word, Rakawala, means protector, and it's derived from the term Raksha as well. And Go is cow, so it pretty much means cow protector, and that name pays tribute to their deity. Hope you followed that. I know it's kind of like a little bit difficult for me to break it down.
That's cool to know. So that's cool to know how the name, because you know what I mean. Like, obviously, every word has got a meaning, so it's pretty cool to know that. That's a bit of history behind that one word, man. That's that one name. That's cool, bro.
Down to when I was doing the research. Anyway, so up until 2000,
my people do the same. We trace a lot of our significant names and words, powerful names and words, back to our gods as well.
Years ago, the British were at war with Nepal. However, the British joined forces after being so impressed with the fighting capabilities and the resilience of the Nepalese soldiers. Now, right after the partition of 1947 in India, there was an agreement between Nepal, India, and Britain transferred 4 Gurkha regiments from the British to the Indian Army. And then 6 Gurkha regiments were transferred to the post-independence Indian Army. The majority of Gurkhas were given a choice where do they want to go, between the British Army or the Indian Army service, and the majority of them chose to join the Indian Army. Now, this reason, of course, makes sense because the Gurkha regiments of the Indian Army would continue to serve in their existing roles. Nothing completely changed, so nothing would change about that, and they're also in a familiar territory under similar terms and conditions that were completely established from before. And on the flip side
that's understandable because, you know, India being right next to Nepal, well, over the mountains, you know what I mean? Nepal sort of squashed between India and China. So you get why most of them would have wanted to join the Indian Army, being closer to home and that. But the ones that chose to stay over in Britain, yeah, man, big ups to them, bro, because that must be hard, you know. Like, I did watch a video on the selection like the Gurkha selection to go, and the ones that go to join the British Army, and a lot of the families and a lot of the whole family relies on that one person because of the economic structure of the country and how poor the country is. You know, getting into the army and going over to Britain and fighting in the Royal Army is a big thing, and a lot of families rely on that. So, yeah, man, you got to give big ups to the guys that do go over. Big ups to anyone who gets to even be a Gurkha. Do you know what I mean? Like, the reputation is just, man, they're fierce, bro. And there's a reason why Nepal has never been colonized by anyone, bro. You know what I mean? Never been conquered, bro.
That if they went to the British Army, they would be fighting in a completely different environment that they weren't really familiar with. And all the rankings and roles and everything would have to be changed up. So if you and I were given the choice, we'd probably do the same thing like majority of the Gurkhas did. Back in the 19th century, the British officials declared the Gurkhas as a martial race, a term describing people thought to be naturally warlike and aggressive in battle. So now the Gurkhas were famed for carrying their kukri, which also is sometimes called a kukuri. And this kukuri or kukri, depending on the term you want to use, is the national weapon of Nepal. These knives are really sharp, and they're also used as work tools for different things.
Look at the shape of that. Look at how that would just take your head off. Crazy.
Different sizes, including giant ones. And these things can like slice animals, like giant animals, like in pieces. And I'm telling you, you never want to see a Gurkha pull this thing out. Why? Well, there's a legend that says that whenever a Gurkha draws out the kukri in anger, yeah, blood will be spilt. Okay, guys, so since we've been exploring more of the country and
that is crazy. Wow.
Of Nepal, we finally created a playlist dedicated to videos about Nepal and relating to Nepal, of course. Now, a lot of you have been asking for more videos like this, and we're like, yeah, we've done more videos about Nepal, but I get it. Like, we post a lot of videos for an FTD Facts, and our library of videos is so huge right now, so a lot of times you may not necessarily be able to find easily the topics that you want to learn about. So that's why we created this playlist. I'll have it in the card section of this episode, as well as down below in the video description. And for those of you who want to watch this entire episode before you click away, I'll also have it at the end screen. So enjoy that playlist. You're going to learn a lot about Nepal and relating subjects. And leave a thumbs up on this video for Nepal. I mean, like, it's an amazing country that needs to be more in the spotlight of our world. All right, so back to the Gurkhas now. Today, the Gurkha soldiers are still a very important part of the British Army. In recent history, the Gurkhas have served in Iraq as well as Afghanistan, and they've also served in the Falklands as well as the Gulf War. And all Gurkhas to this day live incredibly tough lives before they actually sign up to be in the army. And you see this real hardness and toughness that they develop from.
Look at us. Wow, bro. You don't want to run into these guys, that's for damn sure.
Living in the Himalayan homelands is really a key point that makes these soldiers such great members of the British Army. They're also involved with peacekeeping missions, and they've also taken part in Kosovo, Bosnia, and Sierra Leone. Wow, so those are some places among many that they've served. And yeah, they're still known to be so loyal because of their bravery and their professionalism. There is one quote that says, "If a man says he's not afraid of dying, he is either lying or he is a Gurkha." And that was said by Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw.
Yo, that is dedication and loyalty, bro. If a man says that he is willing to die, he's either lying or he is a Gurkha. Damn.
Lying or he is a Gurkha. Says, if a man says he's not afraid of dying, he is either lying or he is a Gurkha. And that was said by Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, who is the former chief of staff of the Indian Army. To even join the Gurkha forces, you gotta work your butt off. The Gurkha selection process has been said to be one of the toughest in the entire world. Their training ends off with an intense doko race, which involves carrying 20...
That is crazy. the race, they carry a sack of like rocks into. Oh my god,
5
bro.
kilograms of sand while running
Sand,
up
yeah.
a steep
Christ.
4.2 kilometer course. They're also required to do 75 bench jumps in 1 minute and 70 sit-ups in 2 minutes. Gurkhas are recruited at around 18 or 19, and they do not retire until they're 45 years old. And one thing you really got to be clear about is that Gurkhas have grown up in extremely difficult environments in the hills of Nepal, and as a result, their bodies are
Already
simply
tough.
on a different plane than the average person. Just to give you an example, there is an annual race called the Trail Walker 100 kilometers, and literally the fastest British team completes this in around 12 or 13 hours. Gurkhas, who win it every single time, can do it in 8.5 hours. That just goes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Fastest British team completes this in around 12 or 13 hours. Gurkhas, who win it every single time, can do it in 8.5 hours. That just goes to show you that they are on a completely different level. Now, retired Gurkhas who return from Nepal, they often face hardships in terms of their finances and their pensions, and their right to settle in the UK have been a real big subject of dispute between the UK government and the Gurkha campaigners. In 2009, the Home Office announced that Gurkhas who served between 1948 and 1997 would also be allowed to settle in the UK. That campaign, it featured the actress Joanna Lumley speaking on behalf of the Gurkhas because, you know, her father served as an officer for the Gurkha regiment. And with the Nepalese monarchy being abolished in 2008, the future recruitment of Gurkhas for the British service as well as the Indian service seemed completely doubtful. Now, a spokesperson for the Communist Party of Nepal said that recruitment as mercenaries of the Gurkhas was completely degrading to the Nepalese people and it would be completely banned. However, as of the time of filming this episode, Gurkha recruitment for foreign service still continues. And that was your inside look into the world of the Gurkhas. I really hope you learned something new. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And let me know down below in the comments section, what do you think about the Gurkhas and them being recruited for foreign services? It's been a big topic of debate, so I'd love to hear what you have to say about this, as well as any thoughts and comments that you have about Nepal as a country. And that's why we love doing these videos here on FTD Facts, because we get to highlight things like this and bring it to the world's attention. So thank you guys so much for watching and learning with me here on FTD Facts. The links to my social media are down below where you can follow me and see what I'm doing when I'm not filming these FTD Facts episodes. Until the next time, you've just been awesome. I can't wait to see you in another.
Yo, that was cool, bro. So, yo, like I said, man, the Gurkha, you don't want to play with these dudes, man. They'll get the job done. You know what I mean? They get the job done, like he said. Oh, like he said, you don't want to see one of them pull that knife out, bro. Damn. So, yo, man, what a real hearty and solid, dedicated, committed bunch of guys, bro. Like these are the dudes that you really want protecting your borders. You know what I mean? These are the guys that you want to call on when you need something done. When you need something done without no fear, without hesitation, you want these guys in there. You know what I mean? Frontlining it, all that stuff, bro. Awesome! What a cool video. That was a cool video. You know what I mean? There was not one part of that video that I didn't like. That was pretty cool. It's cool to see that they're still, you know what I mean? They're still working with other agencies around the world. I hope they're working with us, man. I hope you're all on our side. Damn, you probably would be like, we're under the British, what do they call it? We're subjects of the British, of the Crown anyway. So our armies do fight alongside each other. I have heard stories about New Zealand fighting alongside the Gurkhas and other wars in there, but this isn't my specialty. I'm not too knowledgeable in military things in there, so this was pretty cool, bro. I'm gonna look up some more Nepali stuff. I got some stuff coming. I got some history videos coming up from South Korea, Northeast India, Poland, and the Netherlands as well, bro. So stay tapped in for those. Yo, man, thanks for all the support, everybody. Thanks for all the good comments. Thanks for dropping some knowledge for me in those comment sections too, man. It's pretty cool. So, yo, request something, drop it in the comments, or get at me on Instagram. Like I said, there'll be a link down in the description box for you to follow. Go and do that, man. And until next time, man, stay safe, everybody. I'm out. Peace.